Well, delighted to now be in the company of Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren, and a man very fortunate to not get chinned by Arthur Beterbiev.
Listen, you ain't listen, I never particularly liked you.
Yeah.
We then became mates, kind of. Do you know what I mean? I've been telling everyone how good you are at your job, and then you stitched me right up yesterday. Yeah. You know?
It's pretty good that, though, wasn't it?
You did put it on him.
I know.
Has he got hold of you yet?
Did tell me, though, to be fair.
Yeah,
you did at least say, just to let you know, I'm going to bring up your arrogant comments. I was like, thanks, mate.
Yeah. Have you bumped into him? Has he said anything?
No, I've been hiding most of the day in the hotel, to be honest with you. But, listen, we want a show. We want action. We got more out of Beterbiev in 60 seconds than we've got out of him in the last 6 fights. So, and he, by the way, he is funny.
He is funny.
We need to see these characters and personalities, and you know, if I can do it without getting myself injured, fantastic. But I'm also willing to give my soul, my health,
for boxing,
whatever it is,
for the promotion,
for boxing and for numbers, even for your profile, Dev. I think it's gone through the roof in the last 24 hours.
It's all helping. It's all helping. Frank, what did you make of it yesterday?
Well, I was just watching you. I thought you were ready to jump in the middle there.
I started hiding. No, good thing I didn't get involved. I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Take one for the team. Take one for the team.
What are we thinking? We're 24 hours away now. This is getting so close, Frank. The excitement is building. These glorious, magical Saudi Arabian nights. There's something in the air, right?
There certainly is. This fight is something special, no doubt about it. The 4 belts on the line, two undefeated fighters. Reminds me a little bit of Tyson v Usyk, and what a great fight that was. And this is going to be as competitive as that fight, no doubt about it. These two guys are up, ready, and probably at their best, and they're going to have to be at their best. And I think that the fans are going to be in for what I would call a special night, a special fight, and I think, you know, you will not be able to take your eyes off the screen.
It does remind me a bit, Eddie, of Fury Usyk, in that you've got two characters who've just got that kind of almost mythological aspect to them. They're kind of sorcerers, wizards, aren't they? And the promo speaks to that. They're not cut from average cloth, and that's why we just can't really wait to see what's going to happen, because any number of things could happen.
Yeah, I think that you've only got to look at fighters, pundits, promoters, managers, how torn they are in their decision, and even when they make their decision, they don't really say it with any conviction. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, I saw him pick Dmitry Bivol, and he messaged me when I was in the car on the way here saying, Eddie, I just don't know about this fight, you know. I'm a bit scared myself, because it's kind of like what we said earlier. You have got to get it so right to beat this guy. And the only person that can do it is Dmitry. There's no one else. He's the last chance to beat this machine in Artur Beterbiev. But you've got to get it so right every single round. But he's got the temperament to do it. He's got the ability to do it. Can you do it on the biggest of stages when it means so much? The chance for legacy for both. And listen, we talk about the money into Riyadh season, the opportunities for fighters, yes, but these kids have dreamed of this opportunity since they first laced up the gloves. Undisputed means everything to them.
And this is and you think about this, there's a fighter in there that's not needed judges for 20 fights.
Yeah.
Not needed a judge for, and I've got to tell you, I don't think this fight will go the distance. But that doesn't mean to say that I wouldn't be surprised if Bivol also did a job.
I think
it's going to be one of those
people
fights.
aren't really giving any respect to Bivol's power. I'm not saying he's a huge knockout artist, but he can punch. And if Beterbiev starts to get sloppy, if he does get a little bit reckless, Bivol's a smart counter-puncher as well. You know, I think the fascinating thing, what Frank said about no one hearing the final bell, this isn't someone that you've built giving 20 fights at a fairly low level against journeymen. Most of those guys have been world-class opposition. Some have been other champions.
Then Anthony Yard.
Anthony Yard. I mean, the Godzik victory as well. Joe Smith, you know, bludgeoned through him. You know, even like the likes of Callum Johnson. I mean, I know he went down against Callum Johnson, but it's just that he's been fighting at a high level for a long time.
And he punches
Callum
the fight.
Smith.
He punches the fight out of you.
Yeah.
He punches the fight out of you. He's such a concussive puncher. But I like Bivol as well. You know, Bivol raises his game. I think the opposition who's in there, he fights, sometimes fights just enough, like he did against Lyndon Arthur. But I think he's got a better fight in him than that. And I think this fight will bring out... Listen, this fight's got to bring the best out of him, because if it doesn't bring the best out of him, he's going to be in trouble.
I think he will fight a little bit out of fear in this fight. I don't see how you can't when you fight Beterbiev, and I think that will help Bivol. to be switched on,
Yeah,
because I think he'll be so switched
got
on
to
with
be
his feet
focused
every round.
Yeah.
I said to him last night, every single round, all you got to do, win every round.
Correct.
Go back to the corner, reset, one more, banked. We'll go again, banked. And listen, if you can hurt him, if you can chip away, fantastic. But just win every round. That's very difficult
He's
to
got
do.
to dishearten him.
Yeah.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to get out there. He's a good boxer, and if he can win, if he can outbox him for 6 rounds, suddenly, the other guy's got to win, got to have a KO or win the next 6 rounds to draw. And that's what he's got to do. He's got to get out there and use all his attributes, which is his great boxing brain. Can he do it? That's going to be the thing.
I think the first 6 rounds of this fight are key.
Yeah.
If Bivol starts getting caught early in the fight and marked up, and you're looking there 3-4 rounds in, you've got 8 rounds to go, it's going to be a serious time to survive.
I agree.
But are you under Artur Beterbiev's skin? Is the question. Did you do it? Did you rattle him? You said you could.
Dimitri actually thought so.
Come on, what's he
saying? I think
saying?
he knows it. No, he said you really rattled him there. But I don't know. I mean, does it really matter? What's he going to, like, some fat geezer from Essex? I mean, he's got bigger fish to fry, hasn't he?
Yeah,
but,
Dimitri Bivol.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You could have backed me there.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I think even these fighters get it sometimes. It's all part of the game. If we can rattle him a little bit, who knows? I don't think so. I think this guy's ice cold. I mean, I don't think he when he's having that conversation with me, I don't think his pulse moves.
I agree.
Mine did.
And they've done it.
Mine was all over the shop.
And they've also done it at the highest level as amateurs.
Yeah.
So they're warriors. That's what they are. And the added spices from where they come from.
Yeah.
The country they come from. I know they've moved to different parts of the world, but for the country they come from, this is a big deal for them. This is a big fight, a massive fight.